Welcome to Fringeworthy. This is Bruce Sheffer, your GM, and with us this week, as every week, we have uh, Chuck, who's playing Indrani. We have Jason, and some of these people are popping in and out, like Mark. Uh, uh, Change your shirt or something, Mark. Anyways, we've got Chuck who's playing Indrani. We got Jason who's playing Kit Hathaway. Caitlin playing Valentina Vargas. Ken who's playing Mark Ephraim. And Pat playing Alpin Wixx. And they are Team 9 on an alien world that's seen better days. Um, and they are trying to figure out what their next step is going to be. And they which seems to be trying to get into this big crystalline uh, uh, pyramid that's in the middle of a ruined city without attracting the attention of a giant eyeball on the end of a sinuous body that seems to destroy anything it looks at. And they barely survived last episode, an encounter with that. So now they're trying to figure out what way they want to do it. So the ways that I that's been suggested has been you could just try to sneak very carefully overland through the ruined city and possibly be attacked by monsters. Monsters as in critters that you're already familiar with, and also critters that you may not have met yet. There's the second one, which is to try to go dig your way 10 kilometers with the help of uh, the raiders who consider themselves to be the morally superior to the people in the City of Light, but they're going to have to give them something to make it worth their while to do so. And was there a third option, guys?
I don't think there was. I think
Yeah,
the
there was
main
I,
two is
walk.
it.
Well, I would say there was the go
Walk.
overland, and there
Go
was the
underground.
go underground. Those seem to be the
I
two
think that was
methods.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the it's up to you. I asked you guys to think about what you really wanted to do while we were between sessions, and I don't know if anything like that ever happened. So I'm just going to hand it back to you guys. Talk amongst yourselves. What is the plan?
Us think never.
Mhm. Well,
Chuck.
uh, I think that going underground is the safest action. That is my
Yeah, but
recommendation.
is it the most plausible? Is the question.
Hell if I know. I don't know. All I know is it puts us the least exposure to death beams.
The the only downside with going underground is that we do have to make it worth the ra- the rate the they do have to make it worth the raiders' time to do that. Go uh, go just going overland. We don't have to make it worth anyone's time. Just saying.
Hmm. Okay. Of course,
I
if we are.
agree, but I think that we can get plenty of stuff from back home that would make it worth their while to help us.
Hmm.
Does anybody have mining?
And
Nope.
that's that's not a skill per se, but it would fall under science
Mm.
in
I
the
studied it a little
knowledge
bit in
skill.
school.
of course
What
Ask
we
a
would it
silly
take
studied
to
it in
get
question.
school.
to mine 10 miles and then 15 miles or whatever it was?
Mm. Expert miners like the natives here.
It would actually fall under an engineering, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Structural
Yes,
engineering.
Yes. Yeah, mining engineering, that was a possible major you could have in school.
Well, How long would it take to get a man-sized passageway 15 miles, basically underground?
Hmm. So that's the minor.
A 15
Yeah.
mile digging project is a major construction project.
Yeah.
And we're like a group of just a couple of people. This is like asking us to like build a skyscraper.
You're acting like we do
Maybe it's
this
slightly
alone.
better than building a skyscraper, but still.
You're, act-
Ah,
you're acting like we would do this alone, man.
and
I
this
mean,
is
you could
nothing like building a
co-opt
sky.
the entire society if you give them enough stuff and say help us. But
That's what we've been on about.
That's the general idea.
Well, whose general idea? I don't know him.
Hey, wait, let's go ask the miners
You
how
are
long
very
it would
punny,
take.
very punny.
Goodness.
I don't think you want to know him either.
I know I don't.
Alright, let's go ask the miners approximately how long it would take. Indrani, it was your idea.
All right, let's go.
Okay. So you go back to your buddy Nazgul, the head of the mines.
Nazgul.
No, not Nazgul.
That's cool.
Nakul. It's not cool either. It's Nakul.
He's not cool.
Nat King Cole?
Nat King Cole.
Yeah, you can call him that.
Hey, Nat.
And he says, "What can I do for you, strangers from beyond the stars?"
Rangers will do. We were looking to mine a distance toward the and we wanted to know how long it would take.
Well, it's we are we mine to scavenge, so therefore we don't generally go very fast. Okay, we
Okay.
primarily dig some. When we find something that's interesting, then we stop and we start digging around trying to find more of it, and then only after we exhausted any hope of finding something useful do we continue on.
Okay.
Does that sound like what you want to do?
No, we would just want to go straight.
You just want to have a tunnel. Okay, well,
Yes, sir.
how
Yes, that is
high
correct.
and how wide do you need this tunnel to be?
Enough to walk through.
So, like, basically your height
Yes,
and the width of your body. Is that it?
you got it right.
Okay. Well,
You got the
the biggest
right one.
problem is it's not terribly hard to dig up the soil, the rock, and such. However,
Okay.
it's moving the loose rock out of the way so you can continue.
Okay.
Because it's we don't have we take it out as needed. We don't have any kind of big earth moving machinery or equipment setup. So you'd have to probably provide that because we don't have the manpower or to do that. So it would basically come down to how fast you can move that rock. So
All right.
and dirt.
Okay.
So that's my answer to you.
Okay.
Until I know what your answer back to me is, I can't really tell you how long it would
Well,
take.
we can provide a machine that will move the rock.
Okay,
Can
and
we?
how fast
I
can it
hope
move
so.
the rock as big as you and as wide as you?
We will have to get back to you on that.
Ah, okay. Well, remember, if you want our help, then you got to give us something that we need. So
Okay, we
I've
will
already discussed with you things that we would like. So
Okay, we will. We have the list.
okay.
Out of game, Bruce. We have a list.
You have a list that the last list you had was more drones, solar panels, nuts and bolts, craftsman socket sets, saws, and grinders.
Okay, those sound like all things they could use.
And as an aside, Alpin, you named your extra eye George.
Yep.
Still
Just to
creepy.
remind you, in case you forgot.
George is still creepy. Just saying.
But very handy.
Very
No, he doesn't.
easy.
He doesn't have any hands.
Mm-hmm.
Not a one.
Okay, we will return to our bosses, and then we can bring you things that you need, and bring an earth mover, and then we can negotiate.
Okie doke.
Okay, very good. Team, anything else?
Well, here's the thing. It's going to have to be wider than one person.
Yes. I would say something that makes a 10 by 10 tunnel.
And here's a thought. How about every 100 yards? Make offshoots large enough to dump the extra rock and stuff. That
And then
isn't.
how do you dig the rock out of the offshoots to make the offshoots?
Technicalities.
We'll figure that out when we go.
What you said is basically like, let's dig a hole so we have a place to put the stuff we dig out of the other hole.
You're enjoying this way too much, Ken.
No, actually, what I'm saying, because dirt's going to be easy to move, rock isn't that easy to move.
Well, the grinders just grind it all up into dirt, don't they?
If you go 100 yards and then you make a branch off, hollow out an area to dump the stuff that you're coming across that they might want. So every 100 yards, you'll have a spot that has scavengeable materials that they might want.
Oh, we're going 15 miles, doing it every 100 yards, convert to English system, 255 offshoots. Okay. Yes, okay.
All right then.
Plus those will be good areas for rest spots.
Or more
All right.
tunnels if they decide to go off.
Exactly.
Okay. All right, very good. I guess we can the party can start getting ready to head back to base.
Okay. Just for clarification, the mines that that are currently don't go very far, don't go more than a mile in the direction you want to go. They spread out, you know, as to because it's a lot easier to bring stuff back to the entrance if you only go, you know, if you spread out rather than going deeper and deeper. Okay. Secondly, the uh, you should consider because your characters are see this better than you do. You should consider some kind of bracing for the tunnel. Otherwise, it could collapse on you.
Yep.
Okay. And when the grinders break the rock apart, it's going to take up more space than it took up before. So you are going to have to remove that rock.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're going to need some method of doing that.
All right, let me check something.
And if your plan is to go up to the surface and dig it out there, then you're kind of doing the same thing that you would have done if you went over land.
All right.
So those are the few caveats I'm going to mention at this time, just so you know you don't feel like you're wasting your time.
Okay.
So my understanding is you're going to dig 15 miles, and Alpin wants to do a 10-foot by 10-foot tunnel. So,
Well, I mentioned wider than one person. Andrani's the one that mentioned 10 foot by 10 foot.
okay.
Yes, yes.
The bigger the tunnel, the more rock you're going to have to move, and
Mm-hmm.
the more bracing you're going to need. So it's entirely up to you how you plan on doing that.
All right.
Bracing, we can always use molds, and if we get the right amount of stuff, just fill it in with rock. Use rock and timber.
What you're saying.
Use rock and timber to support the tunnel.
Okay. Well, you're going to have to, if you want to use timber, you're going to have to bring it back. That's one of the rare things on this planet is anything like that.
Yeah, there is no trees.
There's bushes and things like that, but not really any big trees. Not that you've run into so far.
Oh my goodness.
Cement would take too long to dry.
What if you had an inflatable brace?
How would that work?
Well,
hey, don't. How would that work? You've got tents that inflate.
Yeah, but
yeah, but they don't hold up tons of rock either, though.
Depends what the brace, what the thing is made of, I guess.
Well, remember, you're not trying to hold up tons of rock. You're trying to brace tons of rock.
I don't know.
It's different.
I know nothing about this.
Right. But yeah, if you want to be able to hold tons of rock, then inflatable is questionable. But if you recall, in places on your world, there are entire buildings that are supported by inflatable rafts underneath them.
Well, I guess we need to go back and ask what would be the best way to do that, since none of us appear to actually have a degree in
I'd rather you guys
engineering.
come up with your own solutions rather than the GM sit here and say, "Well, this will work."
Okay.
But I'll be glad to have a conversation with you about it.
What if we use the rock as source material for a 3D printer to print the braces? That sounds kind of high tech.
Yeah, how would... Never mind. Not going there.
If you want to grind the rock up fine enough to do that, then that's going to take more of the grinders. It's going to take more food. So again, just plan accordingly.
Mm-hmm. That way we wouldn't need to bring any braces back. We would use the dust, heat it, and print it.
We'd have to bring a 3D printer with us then.
Okay.
Well, that's true.
So,
a large ass one.
Are you ready to go back and get your supplies?
Is the area that they're tunneling through considered soft ground or
solid rock?
It's considered rock that it's considered rock mixed with sand because they're basically going through foundations of buildings.
Okay.
There's an off chance that you might actually bust through to some basement or something else. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities.
Mm.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah, it's you're really hoping you don't run into like a big plate of that that unknown metal you ran into that was really heavy. You might have to divert around that. But,
Maybe we'll get lucky and run into a subway tunnel.
Yeah, that would be very lucky.
Or maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find a teleporter.
Are you
soon?
sure
Sure.
that would be a lucky thing?
Well, we wouldn't.
No,
No.
not really.
Depends on where it teleports you to.
Depends on
Oh.
what it does to you.
It's true.
It's been
You
sitting there
could
for
use
quite a while.
You could use Bruce,
Mm-hmm.
how far below the surface is the tunnel?
Currently, you are approximately 30 feet.
Oh, so you could use ground penetrating radar to find out what you're going to be running into ahead. You could sort of scan the area that you're going to be tunneling into.
That's an idea.
Okay, well, add ground penetrating radar device to the list.
Okay. I just did.
Okay.
Everybody's eating. It's very interesting.
And
I know,
Johnny's
right?
eating in the game too.
You
And
wouldn't
Johnny
do
is
it at
also
8
eating.
o'clock in the evening, would you?
Hey, it's not that late. It's only 5 or
For
6.
some
I mean,
people, yes, you're correct.
it's only
correct.
6.
Here in
Also-
Atlanta, which is where I and Kaitlin and Ken are from, it's 8 o'clock.
Yes, I
Well,
know.
to be-
Yeah, it's
Yep.
8 o'clock for me and Chuck are too.
So I'm saying that also for our viewers who might say, why are half of them eating and the other half of them are not?
To be fair, usually by now I'm eating the snack.
Okay. We'll press onward.
We press onward.
Onward to
You mean
freedom.
head back to the portal.
Back to the
Yeah.
Yeah,
portal.
I guess so.
All right.
We shall head to the portal.
All right. So you head on back to the portal, and up ahead of as you're going back there, you notice that there's something big over by the portal.
Something big. Uh-oh.
Is it moving?
Not currently. It looks pretty familiar. It looks like one of those big cannon vehicles from the City of Light.
Oh.
Wait.
I guess we'll drive towards it.
I'm not gonna shoot it this time. I'm not gonna shoot it this time like I did that solar panel.
Okay.
Okay, just so everybody I know everybody wants to know this, but my cat really likes ribs.
Hello,
Oh.
Fringe cat.
She is chawing on some rib meat.
Yum.
Normally, she doesn't eat any of the stuff that I give her, so like any of my food. So I
She
find
likes
that
ribs.
amusing. And I'm on. Hey, everybody, be happy for me.
Hi. Yay. You said be happy.
Okay.
That's sign
So,
language for applause.
You
by
head
the way.
on over with your vehicle, looking worse for wear, by the way, considering you were literally buried.
Yeah, I know.
Not that
Okay.
long ago. Either.
Somebody's gonna pay for this.
All right. So you
The
go
one I
driving
lost.
over, and of course, as you go heading toward it, they rotate the thing towards you.
Are they gonna
But
start shooting us now?
other than that, once you get close enough, where they have some ability to see, because remember, you guys do leave a pretty good plume of dust behind you.
I'm sure they do too.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, they don't move anywhere near as fast as you can.
Oh, okay.
they're pretty ponderous.
I had no idea.
But normal the creatures. Otherwise, these creatures normally just move around on foot. So you haven't, except for the ones that are being pulled by the giant, grinder wagons. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean the big cannon thing, it rolls around on those wheels.
Yeah, and it's very movable because of those wheels, but it doesn't move terribly fast.
Oh,
It's
okay.
heavy. It's really heavy. Remember, it's got cannons inside of it. All right. So,
You
and
can
it's
trim
got
that
all
bit.
those solar panels and that big gull wing over top of it. All right. So, they recognize you, and somebody comes out and starts waving some kind of a colored flag at you that you have no idea what it means,
Mm.
because that doesn't seem to be part of the gifted language.
Yay,
But
colors.
Mm.
obviously, they see you. They're indicating something of that kind.
Okay.
All right. You get a little closer and you realize it's Kushogarg, the uh, the guardsman who Valentina likes because he's so chatty.
Ah, the chatty guy. Hey.
Chatty
Mm.
Cathy.
Mm-hmm.
There you
Or
go.
Chatty Kuchel.
I'm
Chatty
sorry.
Kuchelgarg.
I'm sorry. I find joy in somebody that's very chatty.
Mm.
It's all good.
It makes up for the fact that I can't talk half the time.
All
No
right.
argument from me.
So as you get to him,
Yeah.
you can see him hopping up and down and waving the flag, and he's apparently talking to you, but you can't hear a word he's saying.
You want to get out, Valentina?
Oh,
How
well,
close? Do you want to
how
pull right
close
up
we
to
need to
it?
How
drive
close
up,
are
right?
we?
Yeah. Do you want to drive right up to it, or do you want to park and walk toward it?
Oh, we'll get relatively close. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
going to.
This thing, by the way, is pretty close to the portal.
They
So
must have used Grandma to zero in on it.
Do they have grandma?
not actually necessary. You guys left lots of tracks.
Yeah.
That's true.
But do they have
Well,
grandma
the wind might have
anyway?
blown them away. Who knows?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Very good.
Hi.
So Kushal is like, "Hey guys, man, am I glad to see you?
We're glad to see you too.
People are wondering whatever happened to you guys.
We went to Narnia
Well,
and almost died.
we are explorers.
But you were over at the mines and then you disappeared, and everybody thought that the ghosts ate you.
Wait,
The ghost?
we were? I thought we left. I'm sorry, I'm downloading now.
You're downloading. We were in the
Are you
mines.
talking?
Somehow
Are
got
you?
teleported to the land of the dead.
But
Went
we
back
made
to
it
the mines
back
and then
after
left.
that. Then they took us. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I thought we went back to the city and then went back to the mine and then left.
Nope.
Mhm.
Well, you went from the city and then went down to the mine. You went down to uh, uh, the place of where they drop people down into the pit of despair.
Oh, that's right.
And
Oh yes, that
that's
was a
where
lot of
that's
fun.
where you met the raiders, and then from
Right.
there you went over to the mines.
The other mine.
There's only the other mines, the raiders mine,
Right.
scavenger
But
mine.
these. So they think we left from which mine?
No,
The City of Lights mine?
Kushal thinks that you disappeared over at the mine.
Oh. No, we didn't. We were just out exploring. We found the
Oh.
eye. We saw the eye.
Well, okay. We got word from the mine that you disappeared. And
Well, that was a long time ago.
actually, it
Yeah.
wasn't that long, but you think about it a little while and you realize that information doesn't travel very quickly on
Right.
this world. And probably the message about you guys disappearing in the mines arrived after you guys came from the land of the dead and took off
Yeah.
again. So somewhere in it got garbled that you went back to the mine again and then you disappeared. And
Oh.
and And
I explained it to him that no, we went to the mine, but then we disappeared from the mine, and then we came back to the mine, and we got our vehicle, and we went back out and exploring. At which point we saw the great Eye of Sauron, and ran away from it.
you did?
Yeah, it chased us.
And you're still alive?
Yeah, but look at my truck.
Yeah, but you're still alive.
Yeah, well, we kind of got buried.
You're not supposed to be still alive.
Well, it
Sorry to
chased
disappoint
after us,
you.
and we kind of got accidentally covered up by a bunch of dirt, and it melted all the dirt around us in the big bowl, and we were able to get back out of it, and then after it went away.
Lucky! Oh my goodness! I can't believe that somebody actually survived an encounter with the Great Eye.
Did anybody get a picture of the Great Eye?
They just call it the Eye, like you'd say
the Eye,
with
yes.
a capital G.
It wasn't. It wasn't physically visible. Kit.
Yeah, it was.
Only
we saw it.
Oh, okay.
Remember, big mechanical eye serpent thing.
I was focusing on my ability, but I was counting on.
And everybody else was I just looked in the rearview mirror and saw it and was like, "Oh crap!" You know.
I just had Alpin told me when it was close.
Exactly.
Oh, that's right. Alpin saw it more than anybody
yes,
else did.
Alpin could detect it with his with George.
With George.
Yeah.
You
guys did
George.
get a glimpse of it, and that's when it started chasing you.
Right.
Yep.
So.
And we went, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
If it can see us,
Alpin,
that thing.
Because Alpin had George, you guys were able to run away, keep far enough away that it didn't disintegrate you or whatever it is that it does.
So what are you guys doing out here?
Well, they sent us. They didn't know where you were, and they thought maybe that sooner or later that there was a chance that maybe you guys went back to wherever it is that you came from, and they told us
we're on our way there now.
They told us to sit here and wait until either we were killed by the raiders or we saw you guys, and then we could go home.
Oh, you can go home now. That's cool.
Yes. You've seen
Absolutely.
us.
They're
yes.
all like, yes. Okay, they're all cheering.
Hooray!
Yeah,
hooray!
We get to go home. Yay!
All right. Hey, we are too.
We were starting to eat bugs. We ran out of food a while.
Oh, here I got some food if you need it.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Here's some canned peaches.
Don't give away all my canned peaches.
Wow.
We can get more.
That's
true.
That's going to be and they can eat that. So that's going to be amazing for them. They're going to be like, oh, this is amazing. This is like the Bill Cosby before he became, that Bill Cosby.
Horrible.
Yeah. He says, Dad is great. He gives us chocolate cake.
Yeah.
The whole chocolate cake for breakfast routine.
Oh, I did that for Vanjie. She thought it was very funny.
I honestly think it's rather funny that was a big deal, but adults eat donuts for breakfast, which is just cake.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it was the fact that you're not supposed to give kids
cake for breakfast.
But we can give them Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to just give them Pop-Tarts.
My dad.
That's where I went wrong.
My dad once bought a big can of something that had no label on it. And Dad, what is it? Oh, we'll find out when we get home, son. We open it up. It's a big can of coconut. I'm the only one in the family that likes coconut. So about 2 weeks for breakfast, I had coconut cake.
Yum.
So like civil defense coconut cake?
Well, I had marshmallow in it. My mom made it. It was pretty good.
Wow.
In those days, I was not limited in what I could eat.
An adventure in food. See, you guys ought to be doing that sort of thing on your Fringeworthy missions. I mean, that's a whole area you guys really haven't explored. I mean, there's got to be like 100 different ways for you to cook those invisipillars.
Metal in them, though.
It's more on the but there's a lot. It's more on the outside than the inside.
Well, there's no seal here to teach us how to eat bugs, so kind of kills that idea.
They've already determined that there's a lot of toxins, poisons, and metals in MREs, so.
They only need to keep those guys alive for like 4 years at the most.
Right. I mean, they
Then
did a
muster
study
out,
and
they can
realized
blame it
that,
on,
wow, we've been killing
something
people
else.
with these. But anyhow,
All right. All right. Well, so those guys head home then, Bruce.
Do you want to? Do you want? Do you have any kind of report or a message you want us to give to the proctor, and then by proxy?
yes,
See what I did
our
there?
message is,
To to his and her Majesty.
of course, the message is we are continuing to explore the lands. The eye is extremely dangerous. Stay away, or it will cook you.
Water is wet. We understand.
Yeah. We are going back to our world for a resupply run, and then we will return and explore some more, and we will eventually get back to the City of Light and tell them of our discoveries.
And don't make the eye mad. Figured that out really quick.
Okay. He basically, scribble, takes a piece of chalk and writes this on a piece of hide, and places it carefully inside the truck. He says, "All right, we're on it." He says, "Good, may your fortunes be good, and may the gods be forever to your hindsight."
Thank you.
And yours.
And
Same to you, my friend.
Off they go. So you guys go through the portal, I suppose, and there you are on the alternate platform once again.
Well.
Yep.
To ask the alternate platform people, you wouldn't happen to have any earth moving equipment here, would you?
Earth moving? What would we use
just
earth
asking.
moving equipment for? We got lots of tractors and things and earth moving equipment.
I just thought I'd ask.
Okay. You'd probably be best talking to the Russians about that sort of thing. They've been loading up their this is like plane right outside their portal, and they've been just loading it up with all kinds of vehicles and various things like that, and they're basically renting them out to the Fringe Pass. So becoming a big concern. So
interesting.
They might have some earth moving equipment, even possibly some mine clearing equipment.
Perfect.
Okay.
I don't think that's the kind of mine that they're talking about.
Yeah, it's coincidentally different kind of mine.
It's an attempt. We can at least look at it.
Hey,
you're not clearing out a mine; you're clearing mines.
That was unintentional, but yes.
We can still take a look.
Not the mine you're thinking of. Not that kind of mine. Miners, not miners.
Uh-oh.
So I guess we head back to Earth Prime platform.
Not gonna
resort to
violence this time.
And
okay,
we shall see the violence inherent in the system.
That's right.
Okay.
I meant slapping
There's lots
you in
of
the back
violence
of the head.
inherent in these donuts of death. They're busy,
yes.
As they say, they're busy building.
I
don't before this adventure is over, I have a feeling they're not going to be done building that. It's gonna, but
I'm sure
they're still working on it for sure.
I meant slapping Kit in the back of the head. That's what I meant.
What?
When I said I will not
notice how long it takes for them to build something, and we want to, make a 15-mile long tunnel in a short length of time.
Or do you need to clear 15 miles of rock?
Who are you talking to?
I don't know.
Apparently
whoever Mark found to talk to.
the air.
Mark, who are you talking to?
And Mark emerges from the
As
gloom
he
of his
emerges
backdrop.
from the
Talking to
pink
the
mist.
party.
Yeah.
Hello.
You were? Didn't make that clear. All right then. Uh-oh.
Um, uh, you can send a message through.
Okay.
Yeah, you can write a
Liaison,
message.
please
You
come
can put
see
it into
us.
a ball, okay, and you can basically just drop it into this thing that'll you have to touch it, okay, because and
Pull it up against the thing.
well, actually, you can basically just just throw it through, and someone on the other side will decontaminate it. They'll basically say, put your hand inside this glove and now throw it through. So, and they decontaminate the glove. That way it lands on the other side. They can look at it.
That makes no sense, but okay.
Why?
Well, if you have I'm trying
You're
to understand
trying
the glove
not to
part.
put your cooties on the.
I get that, but if we wrote on the note, it would
You
already
write
have
on the
cooties.
note, you put it into a container, okay, all right, and then you go and you basically you sterilize the container, right, and then you take your hand and put it into a glove that's been sterilized on the outside, pick up the container and throw it through, and then when it lands on the other side, someone goes over, they can pick up the container because it should be sterile, all right, and then they take it and put it into like one of those, put your arms through and you can open it
Right,
up and
right.
look at what's there, you know. It's actually much more efficient for you to like do that with like a jump drive, and
Ah,
uh, and 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 send the jump do that with the jump drive, and they take the jump drive and then they get like all the information that you might have collected that you want them to have rather than just a simple little message, but they both work whatever way you want to
but
do it.
of course, if we go through Soviet Russia side, we just step through portal and they hose us down.
They irradiate you.
Yes, because it's safer. It's fine. We are all good here. Plenty of oversight.
Heavy doses of radiation sterilizes long-term food storage.
Right.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
anyways, your person will come out and talk to you.
Hello,
Your
person.
well,
That
you
Hello.
don't know her
person.
name, I gather, right?
Steve.
Is it Steve?
I thought it was a different one because it was a year later.
We're also a different team.
Aha.
That's right.
It's Rafaela.
Camilla.
Well,
Milla.
Her name is Camilla.
Camilla.
And
mm.
yeah, the last record I have here is that she visited Indrani, his room, and Mark tried to explain about poop removal to her.
Mark explained to Camilla about poop removal. Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes,
Right.
that's the note I
Yeah.
have. I don't just make this stuff up.
Yep.
Do I have to go
All
back
right,
to
I
so
the
forgot that
notes?
Mark was
Camilla
a
comes out in an
sewage guy.
environmental suit, and basically says, "Hey guys," looking around and says, "Boy, it's loud out here."
Mm,
Says, let's go inside of one of our,
trailers.
one of the trailers, so to speak. Yeah, and talk about whatever it is that you need. All right. So she has a big pad of paper. Actually, it's going to be probably
A tablet.
it's going to be no, it
I
can't
guess
be
it would.
It can't be
Yeah, it
electronic.
can't be electronic.
I'm thinking what would be easier to sterilize, plastic or metal?
I think
Probably.
Well, she could always just type it into a thing and then take it jump drive and
There's no electricity on the platform, dude. That's where you
Yes.
are right now. Okay, so
yeah.
probably I'm going to say that
A giant
She has a
whiteboard.
clipboard.
she'll probably she'll probably have it, on a chalkboard,
Etch a sketch.
basically a chalkboard.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
An
because
One of
etch a
those ones that
sketch.
you write on, you
because
can lift up the
because just like
plastic.
the
And
Russians, that could be irradiated, or exposed to one of those gases that will kill humans in an instant. But
carbon
anyways,
dioxide,
no, I'm thinking about uh,
halon.
not halon stops fires.
Yeah, but
Anyways,
it absorbs oxygen, so
yeah,
it would
but
kill humans pretty quick too.
we're worried about bugs here. We're not worried about killing you. Anyways,
Oh,
so she has this thing there to write stuff down on, and she says, "All right, so I assume that at some point you're going to submit a progress report
Yes.
thought we
I
did that
will.
last time.
every time,
Yeah,
every
we got
time, guys."
to submit another
Okay, we got
one.
attacked by the giant eye,
Oh, no.
damaged my
did?
truck. Yes.
Okay,
Technically, the eye
so
damage.
you got attacked by
Ran
a giant
ran
eye,
ran
and
into bandits who are rebels
yeah,
and miners.
and she's looking over at Alpin, who's got this eyeball that's like peering
Stuck into his
around
neck.
out
It's
of the side of his neck.
we
She
know
says,
Hey,
it's
"That's."
creepy.
She says,
they
"Alpin, do you
saw
need
that last time.
Alpin? Do you need some privacy to squeeze that thing or something?"
Ew.
No, they did the research on that the last time we came through.
Okay,
It's
Okay.
pretty handy.
It's
okay,
something.
Let's
all
get
right.
to the point. What we need is something to move Earth from 15 miles of underground excavation.
So you need to excavate what? An area or a
A tunnel.
room?
Dirt. And we're going to make a tunnel.
A tunnel. You need to excavate a tunnel.
Do you have
Okay.
a mole machine like in the Superman cartoon where it drills through the earth and we can wind up where we need to go?
Like a mole man machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got the big thing on the front of it. And
Sure. Yeah.
like,
Unfortunately, the latest version we had was made of it was made of uh, no-seum or something, some weird science fiction material that got rid of
hmm.
everything in front of it. Well,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was this movie called The Core. Anyways, unobtainium. That's right, unobtainium.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, right. But anyways,
Absurdium.
you're probably so. What you need to do. Okay, so how are you? Um, okay, you need to move rock from one location to another. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, so you need to take it from this and get it out of I assume, out of the tunnel,
Yes.
Yes.
so you can continue to mine further. Correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Well, all right. So I think your best bet is some kind of a treaded or wheeled um, mine car that can be programmed to take whatever you put in it and go on out and dump. How about that?
All right.
Maybe with
Okay.
some kind of a loading mechanism on the front. Either a um, small steam bulldozer type thing, or just something that just rolls stuff up into its container. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Something like
Sure.
that.
I
I mean, there's lots and lots of robotic drones out there. Okay, so that wheeled
Mm-hmm.
drones that the army uses for carting stuff around, and especially munitions and stuff like that. So that's carrying stuff's not that big a deal. I'm just trying to talk about, like, So are you guys? Do you want us to be? You guys going to be the ones actually doing the the earth lifting and the drilling or the explosives?
Um,
Bless you.
I think we should be the ones to do it.
well,
So you were going to convince the natives to help us.
Yes. I mean, that once the rubble is delivered to the other end of the tunnel, they're going to have to deal with the rubble.
Well, once you get it out of the mine, it doesn't really matter what's done with it, right?
Right. Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
Correct.
pretty much true.
this isn't something where you're trying to be um, covert, right?
Don't really know.
You're not worried about anybody seeing this, right? Or
No.
hearing
Correct.
this? Okay.
well, probably. I don't know, honestly.
Okay. Well, if you're worried about things hearing it, and it's the explosives that are probably going to be attracting the most attention because of the
Okay,
vibrations
we're
that are
not. We don't
created.
really need the explosives, believe it or
Okay.
not.
So you don't want to use
Oh,
explosives. Okay. Great. All right. So you're
okay.
talking really about just moving rock, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I
Okay.
recommend, like I said, some of these drone earth, basically carriers, and you can just put an electric earth mover on the front of it. Now, normally these things would be operating using, like propane. Is that going to be okay?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Okay,
I
you got
guess
you
Yeah,
got
we
too
could bring
much
enough
trouble
propane with us.
I don't
with
know. We can.
exhaust gases and things like that.
Are we going to be able to bring enough propane with us
Well,
to
15 miles is a lot of
handle
propane.
that?
Not really. I mean, I guess it depends.
How much is it then?
I don't
I
know. I
I'd
mean,
like to make a science check and figure
yeah.
out how much it is.
Okay. All right. Hold on one second. Caitlin, can you pause the recording?
Yes, give me.
Uh,
You want to turn the
that's to Caitlin.
I'm turning it back on.
Cue Caitlin.
Why are you guys like this anyway?
All right, better
Because
good.
we are.
Okay. So we're okay. Now I'm stuck. Oh, okay. I found it. All right. Okay. So you've decided that this is beyond your capability of doing this. So you've called upon IDET to put you together with some people that can help you. All right. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
so your bud, Camilla uh, has uh, says, okay, I'll come back and see you. And so she goes and she reaches down to a case that she brought with her, and she opens it up, and inside is an array of ice creams, all your favorite brands.
Oh,
And says, here you go. Good job. Pats each of you on the shoulder, in her environmental suit, and she says, you're doing really good. Says, I'll be back real soon now. You might want, he says, be sure to share with the other kids, pointing at all the people that are working out there. And she goes off. And,
I'm
all
half
right.
tempted to lick her face like a puppy dog.
oh, all right.
Ay, Dios mío. Well,
That's weird.
Right. 5 hours later, she comes back and she says, okay, it turns out that you guys are in luck because there are two people who can really help you, and they are both Fringeworthy. They're both,
Oh,
one is a Russian engineer by the name of Desya Belov, who is helping to build the Donuts of Death. And also, there's a Demixie who is
oh,
here uh, to do that as well. So I think between the two of them, they'll be able to advise you. All right, and so I sent a message off. Let's see, the Russian guy is here, and the Demixie is off on the alternate platform. So give us about another 2 hours, and you can start talking to Desya.
Okay.
and the Mixie will be able to join in, because he might be a little grumpy though. He says we don't have any kind of quick transportation system between these platforms. Something about they do it better, at home.
Oh,
So,
yeah. You should go try out the rocket sled.
she looks at you and
I've heard
goes,
very bad
"Yeah,
stories about
well,
that.
tell you what, let's just say I did, and
And choose not to do it again.
so anyways, she says,
Did
okay.
you?
So she goes over and she grabs this guy, this Russian dude, with a big beard on his face, a pair of really black goggles on, and wearing what looks to be like a Russian expeditionary jacket. Okay, and
Nice.
He is
with a
Russian.
lot
Good.
of scoring and marks on it and things like that. Big Russian, big boots, with his pants stuck into them. And he comes over. He says, he says, you. He says, I have the honor of meeting the the famous Team 9.
How are we famous? What have we done? This is our first mission, isn't it?
I'm
Thank
sure that
you.
he says in Russia, everyone who survives is famous.
Um, uh,
Always gets put up on front page of newspaper. I'm
oh,
sure they'll
okay.
do that for you too.
Okay.
Anyways, um, the pretty lady who calls herself Camilla tells me that you have big rock moving project that you need Russian solution for.
Yes. We
Yes,
need
All
yes,
right.
that's
Russian
correct.
solution.
Russian solution. Russian solution is set off nuke. But being that we are on fringe paths,
You can't get
uh,
nukes through the French pass.
Yeah.
maybe
Won't work.
maybe that not best solution. So um,
I wouldn't think so.
I show me your requirements. Show me your project requirements, and I will give you my best suggestions.
Okay.
We lay out. All right. So I explained that we have these creatures that can dig Earth. We need to go 15 miles in one direction,
Mm-hmm.
about X, enough for people can move down it. But we need to get rid of the Earth out of there.
Okay. So you have living, excavating creatures. Is that what
Yes.
you're telling me? Okay.
Yes.
So, and what do they breathe?
Assume
That we're
air.
aware of oxygen.
Okay. Important.
Extremely.
Good air in mines are really important unless they are robot mines.
Right.
Right. Okay. So, air important.
Extremely.
And by that, not fresh air,
Right.
not bad air. Okay, so good. We have to, whatever we do, we have to keep them alive, because if it was just you, we could just send you in with tanks and environmental suits and things like that. But these things need air, correct?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Sure.
All right. So okay. So he says, tell me more. You got these creatures that do digging, and you want to dig for 15 miles. Sure, you don't
Yes.
want to do
Yes.
this in kilometers. Much more efficient to do it in
Okay,
kilometers.
let's do it in
I can
kilometers
convert.
then.
Kilometers is fine.
Okay.
I've been having to convert all damn day.
Well, 15 miles in kilometers is
Poor thing, you.
1.6, which is 2.5.
2.4. 2.5.
Yeah, so yeah, close enough. Oh, we need to go 25 kilometers.
Okay. 25 kilometers. Nice round number. He says,
Thank you.
Desi, I love round numbers.
Mm.
Honestly, same, man.
Also, like, also like round bottoms, but that's a different story. I apologize, ladies.
Thank you.
Deja has been at Hatsumi Base and on this project for quite some time. They don't like to let us go back to the base. They keep saying, Deja, you're too important. We need your expertise on the platform. You cannot come back for many months.
Mm.
Deja gets lonely sometimes. Anyways, he says, so what else do you need? You need to remove these creatures, break up the rock. You need to remove the rock, and what else?
Okay.
What?
Yeah, that is true. We need to take the rubble created by the digging and move it out of the way.
Okay. Well, this is on a world, so you can use things that use electricity. You know,
Yes.
Yes,
and that's
yes.
okay. So, we mining very efficient in Russia. They are, many, and we are very quick to mine. So we are very, very efficient in Russia. So
Mm.
therefore, we can do this very quickly. Okay, except we have to make sure we don't crush your mining animals. Okay. By
Yeah,
the
yeah, that
way,
wouldn't be
he
good.
says, are you going to be tending these mining animals? Do you
The
We'd have to
locals are going to
feed
have to
them.
do some of it,
the
but
locals? Okay,
yes.
so you have natives that will provide this service.
Yes, yes.
Great, great. Okay, all right. So it sounds to me that what you need to do is you need to make a tunnel big enough that your mining your tailings carts can go backwards and forwards simultaneously.
Hmm.
And you need it to be big enough that you can put a pipe all the stretching further, blowing fresh air into the tunnel, which will also blow bad air out of the tunnel, including any exhaust from the mining vehicles. So you can use more efficient, more energy dense forms of engines than battery powered things. Good good gasoline and propane engines.
Hmm.
I personally
Okay.
would rather I personally would rather use rocket engines, but that would be very very fast. But that is
Sorry, that's funny.
that would probably hurt the animals. So
Probably.
we don't use rocket exhaust. Okay. Anyways, so now this rock, um, what is its consistency? What is it like?
Um. Okay. Indrani describes what the um rock is like in general.
Okay.
Chuck doesn't know, but Indrani would know,
Okay. So it
having
is
studied
it's
archaeology.
it's a combination of bedrock and sand and masonry, like used in building buildings.
Okay.
So and there is a possibility that you might since you're underneath some kind of ruined city that you might break into a basement or even
Exactly. That's
okay,
the whole
so
Mm-hmm.
point.
that's which would be very efficient because then you don't have to excavate the rock that isn't there, right?
Right.
Right.
Yes, yes,
Ah,
that's correct.
Right.
so we need to
Okay.
look. We need to look for rock that isn't there. So you need excavating radar.
Yes, I thought of that.
Good, smart lady. Smart
Okay.
lady thinks of that. Okay, so we need to get excavating radar We need to get and by the way, we can put down, since we can put down little not sensors, but like little um, sorry, my English not always so good. Um, little little transmitters along the path of the rock that will allow these carts to be automated, and they could just go by themselves.
Okay.
And go in the other direction. And that way, you don't have to have people. You don't have to have any kind of rails, physical rails on the ground. You don't have to have people driving them, because being fringeworthy, there's probably not a whole lot of you. I myself am unique. There's not a lot of me either.
Not a lot of all of us.
Sometimes strangely though, some people say there's too much of me. I don't understand. My English not so good. Of course, it's funny because you're all speaking the same language fluently to each other.
Right, right.
He's still affecting this Russian accent.
He's doing the ridiculous Russian accent.
It works for him though. I think he likes it. Anyways.
Curiously, what
We
language
had
are we speaking?
What language?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curiosity.
English is really, really common. So.
It's basically it's whoever was last on the who was ever first on the platform when everybody else came through. So it's and everybody who comes in basically learns the same language. And so unless everybody's off the platform and you can reset it, it's always going to be whoever was the last language. So let me just go ahead here, since you're asking.
I'm just genuinely curious.
It's amusing because that would be it'd be a thing.
Yeah, in class.
You're speaking Greek.
We're speaking Greek. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. It's all Greek to you.
All right. Yeah.
Yes, the Russian speaking Greek.
The Russian is speaking Greek, and so are you. It's
fun,
just the mixy.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Yeah, back in school, we had a guest lecture engineer who was Polish, and he was a little hard to understand sometimes.
All right. So he goes.
What?
Says all right.
We had
so how fast can these animals, these natural excavators, how fast can they burrow through rock and open this up?
Pretty quick.
Pretty damn fast.
Quick? Can you give any kind of a ballpark?
Can I give a ballpark based on what I've observed?
What do you think?
I would say I could give an estimate. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll make something up if I don't know.
I've been describing this a long.
Yeah.
You should be able to come up with some kind of a thing.
I'd like to say at least as fast as Kit's truck, but that's me.
I don't know about that. I'd say maybe 20, 30 miles an hour, because they were going at a good clip pulling that big thing.
Yeah, but you're trying to really break up. They were on the surface pulling these things.
Yeah, they were driving. They weren't digging.
Have we observed them under the ground digging stuff though?
They were working, but as you were going through there, they were having do stuff.
I don't know if you actually said how quickly they were moving dirt.
Okay. All right. All right. So let me.
That's why
I would say that they could probably. Let's see. I would say that each one of them could probably do a cubic foot a minute.
Okay.
On a long-term basis.
Okay.
Cubic foot's too small. Cubic yard.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
Cubic yard a minute. I would say
27 cubic feet.
Yeah.
So if you're going on a 10 by 10, that means in 4 minutes they'll do about 10 feet. But 2.5 feet per minute.
it's depending upon how many of them that you get going on this.
Ah.
Now, how big are those creatures?
They're pretty big. I mean, they're the size of Komodo dragons.
Oh,
You don't normally see them because you see the whirling things, but when they get up out of the ground, which you almost never see them do, you know, they're sizable. That big
Yeah.
drilling thing is part of their body. They have to be a lot more to support
Right.
that. And that's
Hmm.
up toward the front of their body. So, it's really more, it's kind of like Chainsaw Man. It kind of goes to their head.
So we tell them about a cubic yard a minute.
Okay.
Uh,
So if you were, all right, let me see here. Okay. So, 10, okay. So that's all right. So that's like 3 meters by 3 meters. By 25 kilometers. Google is confused. I love it how it comes back with liters. Meters, and kilometers, because that was 225,000 liters.
Oh, wouldn't there be like 1,000 liters in a cubic meter?
No, there's no liters. It's meters.
there's no liters.
A liter is 1,000 cubic centimeters.
Well, I don't want to deal with that. All right. Man,
I had to learn all that stuff when I married a Filipino.
All right. Let me just. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 225,000 cubic meters. All right. That's what this says. So divide that by what's 4 by 3 times okay, so 225,000. I'm sure I'm doing this wrong. Wait a second here. I already said, so it's 27 cubic meters. So it's 27 times 25,000 divided by 4 times 1. Okay, that's going to be
A lot.
168,750 divided by 60. That's 2,812 hours divided by 24. That's 117 days.
About 4
Well,
months.
we won't be doing this quickly.
So that's basically doing something this big. Okay, you know, 10 foot by 10 foot, and you know, you need to have a certain amount of. You can make it a lot narrower, but you need a certain amount of space to bring the air in. Okay, if you narrow it down by a third to only be like, instead of it being 10 foot by 10 foot, it's only 3 foot by 10 foot. Okay, then, and you have the air going overhead. But the problem with that is that then you don't have um, um, it's going to be harder to move around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, but let's. Okay, so basically, even at that, it's going to be like 40 days. 40 days uh, to dig it under the most minimalistic. If you had some way of just disintegrating the rock, then that would be great, but you don't. So working with what you have, it's going to be at least a 40-day project, and that's continuous. You know, and we're not talking. So, um,
So basically, we're not getting anywhere fast with this.
yeah. Well,
Oh.
that's so. If you want to do this, you're looking at least 40, possibly 60 days to dig a 3 foot,
Okay.
a 1 meter wide by 10 foot, you know, 3 meter high tunnel.
We still have the option to
Okay.
just go over ground.
And
I think that's probably I think that's what we're going to wind up doing, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, then what can we do to hide ourselves from the great beast of Brawl?
Well, figure out how it detects us. I mean, if we
By
got to
using
be
its eye.
actual invisible, it may be a little hard to do that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it detects movement.
If,
I mean, it sees
if
something.
it sees you, you see it.
If it sees you, you go bye-bye.
Yes.
I mean, you could try to lure it to another area. Although when we were running from it, we tried luring it. It only worked really briefly.
Well, that's partially because where we were moving through was throwing up a smoke signal. You know, a plume of dust.
Fair enough.
That's true.
But it also saw the drone, which could have been anything from motion to electrical waves to, I mean, there's a lot of options
It
there
could have
too.
radar. It could have sonar.
It
But
I
didn't
don't
it
think
like
didn't.
the drone.
But either it didn't, or it couldn't reach the weather balloon because it
Right.
wasn't destroyed.
Hmm. Well, okay. So if we could figure out a way to move without really being detected, some sort of active camouflage, like they had on that one world that the Team 6
Oh,
dealt with.
the same place that they had the nuclear power generator, the
Yeah.
small fusion generators. Yeah. Did they?
Allowed them to move without really being detected
Right.
or less chance of being detected.
Well, did they bring those suits back?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Did they have any information?
No, the
We
point
have
is
the
that
suits.
I mean, Team 6 came back.
Yeah, but I didn't think
Yeah.
they took the suits with them, did they?
Yes,
Oh, they did?
we did.
Oh, okay.
Oh, then let's.
See if we can borrow
Do we
the
still
suits.
have access to those?
You can you can request them.
And we request. We request. We request.
Okay. All right. All right. So give me a luck roll.
Who wants to roll? I can do it. 2. Maybe I shouldn't do it. I'm gonna.
No.
Can I use a Benny on a luck roll? No, I can't.
No. That
Can I
means
spend a
it's not
card for a
immediately
+2?
available. It's not immediately available. It probably is with
Crap.
Team 6.
Well, Team 6 isn't active, is it?
Team 6 broke up, remember?
That's right. So
But
it's just, so it means
Bruce,
it's possible another team is using them then.
Bruce,
Yes, sir.
are we're back at the we're back at the base, right? Are we on the world?
You
Base.
are on the Prime platform.
We can contact a member of Team 6 and ask them.
Sure.
A dingo could eat our baby too.
Susan, we could contact her. We could contact that Polish guy,
That
Mike.
Polish guy.
We could contact any of those people.
Well, Gandalf is over in the Happy Hunting Grounds.
Yeah, he's just across the street.
Is he?
Is he really?
Yeah. He's selling smoothies.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry, that's funny. Oh, that's funny.
Okay. You get a message. I don't want to drag this out unless you guys want to. You get a message back from IDET that basically says these things were considered so valuable they've been requested by all the active
Everybody.
teams. There are two suits that are currently available. Not enough for your entire team, but if you want them, you can request them.
Okay, cool.
We will request them.
Okay. All right. So they will be delivered to you with instructions on how to operate them on a video from tech services.
Mhm.
Is there anything else?
Well, we need meat. Lots of meat.
Well, are you actually going to? If you don't need.
Oh
them,
wait, that's true. Well, we said we'd bring stuff for them too.
Well,
so.
yeah. So you should definitely bring stuff back for them because you promised.
So,
Yeah.
So
you've got a list.
we'll want meat.
We pull out the list.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go over land, you might want to consider what are you going to need in order to do that safely.
We're going to need still suits.
The plus thing is that you only are going 25 kilometers,
right?
So you can theoretically do that in a single day, and come back in a single day. So therefore, your loadout can be light if you wish.
What are we going to need to do this safely? To not die.
Yeah.
But
well,
if you want to carry lots of weapons, then, that's going to be heavier. So you can decide what you want to do.
Well, if there's only 2 suits available, that means only 2 people can go across.
Well, you'd have 2 scouts.
Right.
Is what I'm thinking. We'd have your 2 scouts move across first, and then everybody else can follow in behind. Or am I blowing smoke up my own butt?
Alpin, and who's the other scout?
I I guess I'll go. I have the skill.
Have the skill.
Tracking and outdoors and stuff.
Yeah. Do you have a good?
Stealth.
Yeah. Do you have good stealth? Is
Let
that
me
a skill?
check.
I've got a D8 stealth
Okay.
and
That's terrible.
a D8 plus 2 survival.
Okay.
I got
A D4. I have a D4, so
I have a
I'm not even rolling.
D6 plus 2 survival,
I
a
don't know
D8
anything
plus
about
2
it.
tracking, a D8 plus 2 survival, and
Wow.
a
Yeah, I think Kit's
Yeah,
overqualified here. I think
I'm the outdoors guy. Remember?
I know it's still
What did you
overqualified.
say?
Sing
your
us the
stealth-
song.
What did
He's
you
the
say your stealth
survival
was,
man.
Kid?
What?
What did you say your stealth was, Kid?
Stealth was my lowest one at D6 plus 2. Everything
So
else is
okay.
D8 plus 2.
So you got a D6 plus 2, and we got a D8 and a D8 stealth. Okay. Plus the
Yes.
and you got the optical camouflage,
Yes.
which will
Yeah.
protect which is primarily to protect you from being it's designed to retain heat, basically hide heat. Remember?
Right.
It's not really to keep you. It's not doesn't. It doesn't actually make you invisible.
No.
Invisible.
No invisibility.
Duffy.
No
But
bleh.
it hides us from IR and thermal,
So to be determined
which is
what this thing sees.
possibly two of the things that eye thing is utilizing to spot things with.
And some of the predatory animals on this world.
Yes.
Okay, so it sounds like your plan current. If you're not going to do the digging, your plan is for you to go and uh, take two of you and send you forward from ruin to ruin. Okay,
Right.
and with everybody following behind. And if you see if Alpin somehow detects the eye coming, uh, then then do you have a plan in that case?
Die.
Die. Okay.
yeah,
If I
that's
I don't.
not
No,
a.
the
I
plan
haven't
is
thought that far
That's not the
ahead.
greatest plan.
the plan is to
There's a
No.
better
not
option.
die. Remember?
Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
know. I'm just trying. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. If the eye sees us, we didn't really discuss that much, did we?
Yeah.
Shoot it.
If you
I
get
don't know.
attacked by an animal, do you think the eye is going to come and investigate?
Possibly.
Debatable.
Well,
I
if
don't
it does
know.
that, then it would be killing animals all the time until it ran out of animals in the area and there weren't any anyway.
I think that's what
Yeah,
it'll do, Ken.
and there's a lot of animals in that area.
Okay.
So
So if it
distraction.
if it if we assume that it doesn't respond to the sound of normal animal predation, defending and attacking, then you just got to keep from making any kind of interesting sounds.
All
They're
right.
gonna be boring.
Right. And do remember that this creature is kilometers away. Now,
Yeah.
I mean, dogs and wolves can discern specific sounds 3 miles away. So,
Nice.
yeah, I mean, they actually can tell the difference between different kinds of sounds that far away, so they know what they're whether it's worth what they want to go chasing after. So that's and if you go to Gaming on the Frontier and look at and listen to our episode on senses, you'll learn about this sort of thing. But so I'm just saying is that you may want to think about how you're going to protect yourself in a way that doesn't attract its attention. Right?
Mm-hmm. So like we need like swords and spears and stuff. Well, silencers. We could do silencers.
The silencers
And
don't really silence them that much. I thought they're mostly
you
like for
have you
protecting
do
the
you, all
ears.
right? Are you just saying this from this is what you've heard or what you've
I'm
observed?
saying this is what I heard. So
Okay.
do silencer. I mean,
Silencers
silencers.
don't make it absolutely silent, but they do incredibly decrease the amount of sound that comes out, up to and including making it so quiet all you hear is the action of the bolt moving for smaller calibers. So they can actually remove the sound of the shot. For like I fired 22s with silencers that just go all you hear is clack, 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 and pink, pink, pink as it hits. So
Okay. So,
So do they actually work like in movies or?
depends. I mean, they're not going to go. They don't sound like airsoft guns going, but they do prevent the sound from traveling. Is the point? It reduces the decibels by a lot.
yeah, I mean, the guns that the SEALs use kind of make a coughing sound.
Yeah, they
It's,
work. I
it
mean,
doesn't
it's
it
not.
doesn't go very far. But keeping that in mind, okay, so if you have silenced weapons, is there any other weapon you can use that's not going to attract the attention of a creature that is actively looking
Crossbows,
for interesting sounds and noises
Laser.
and
lasers, crossbows, bows and
Crossbows,
arrows,
bows, blades.
swords, spears.
okay. Do you think that's going to
Um,
be an effective defense for you?
no,
Okay. How about something that you think will actually work?
Well, lasers might work. If do we have good lasers that are useful as weapons? Maybe a fringe crystal beam. I don't know how powerful those are.
No one knows how powerful they are.
hard to say.
Do you want to get somebody from like special forces to maybe give you some advice now? Because I don't want to just sit here and give you advice.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
probably
Yes,
will
please.
since I'm not a military guy. So
Okay. All right. So, let's see who this guy's going to be then.
I'm sorry I'm not military this time.
I mean, Valentina is military. However, player has a player
I
is
has
not.
absolutely no
So
idea.
yeah, player is not.
Well, you're useless then.
Player is useless then. Only reason I picked military is because my parents were military. The only reason.
Only reason.
Mm,
The only reason.
Yep.
Uh, uh,
Okay. All right.
uh,
So they say,
uh.
Clarissa will say, okay, here's the guy that can help you out.
Cool.
Oliver M. Quinn.
Oliver Quinn.
Oliver Quinn.
Yes. Military retired.
Random
Mr.
username.
Retired.
Yes. Lives in Long Island City, New York. But he is fringeworthy. He's not willing to be an explorer.
So we can
Oh.
chat with him
But
over the
he can,
IDET
well, he can. We
internet.
can bring him here, or yeah, you can chat with him if you guys want to put on your environmental suits and go in with an environmental enclosure. They can take you through to Hatsumi base, and then you can plug in the internet and have a chat with them. Otherwise, they're going to have to fly in there to Hatsumi Base.
Well, let's do the easy way, which is go to
Video chat.
Hatsumi Base.
That's not
Video
the easy
chat,
way.
yeah.
Yeah, the video
Video
chat's
sounds-
the easy way.
That sounds like the easiest way to do this. So
All right.
Sure.
All right. So you guys all put on your suits. Make sure
Yep.
they're all working good, not leaking any air. And then you. Well, actually, you don't even have to do that because they can just basically go and push this thing through. You guys go inside of it, and then they
Right.
decontaminate it, and they push it back through again, and you're now inside.
the big rolling glass case, the hamster cage.
Yeah.
Yay!
There you go.
hamster cage.
Yeah.
I
It's
go up in the
actually- it's
tube and
actually
then
much
run on the
better
wheel.
Protected than that. It's actually more like a motorhome.
A glass motorhome.
It's got facilities for food, for food and waste and other things like that.
Okay, the main
bad.
area of it
I
is
really like
glass.
that. I really like the idea of
The rolling
hamster
hamster
ball.
cage.
Yeah.
You want to be
There you go.
be like aliens on display. Is that what you're trying to
right.
tell me?
Well, I was thinking more
Yes.
like a hamster ball that I have to go through and it rolls as I walk.
All right.
Just never mind.
You just really want to be
I'm
a
on one
hamster, don't
today.
you?
Kinda. Yeah, that would be
Yes.
cool.
Is that what Kit? Is that the animal Kit chooses to be if he weren't a human?
Actually, I'd be a vole. Voles are kind of like natural hamsters. Well, not that hamsters aren't natural, but never mind.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Yeah. By the way, in his heyday, this was Oliver.
We got pictures.
Got a picture for you.
Got a picture.
All right.
working out.
Some
Gotta
guy
do-
stretching.
gotta do
Okay.
stretches. Yeah.
Jack LaLanne.
Oh yeah. All right. Cool.
Pretty wide stretch there, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So you guys go and do that, and they call him up. They set it up, and he comes on, and let's see here. Difference between New York and let's see here. Time difference. Between Scott Antarctic base and New York City. All right, let's see here. It's 16 to 17 hours ahead, okay? And what time is it now? It is 7 in the morning, which means that it is okay, so it's ahead of New York City. That would be later, I assume.
Whatever it is, it's yesterday.
Yeah, it's
There you go.
Sorry.
So that would be 10. Sounds like it would be about 9 o'clock yesterday night. Okay, so it's evening for him. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
All righty. Very
Unless I
good.
got that wrong. Okay, anyways. But
Math later.
yeah, it's it's midnight, something like that. Okay, so it's late. All right, he comes on, and he's like you see him drinking a cup of of Java, and he's like he says, "What is it? Someone said it was important. Who am I talking to?"
Us.
He's this white-haired guy now. It's a lot of a lot of wrinkles and things like that. He says, "What do you want? Speak up."
I can't hear you.
Somebody talk.
Can you not hear me, guys?
I can hear you.
I can hear
Hello.
you fine.
Hello, Mr.
Quinn.
Where's the hell's his name? I'm looking at
Quinn.
Oliver Quinn.
Quinn.
There it is.
Quinn.
Good morning,
Yeah,
Mr.
that's
Quinn.
my name. Don't wear it out. What do you want?
Well, we're a fringe team,
Information. Sorry.
and we are dealing with. We need to be able to come up with ways of fighting without attracting a lot of attention. We heard that you are the expert in that in clandestine military operations.
Oh, well, I can neither confirm or deny that information, but
If you were that person,
if I was that person, then you'd probably be talking to the right guy. What
well, I would hope
Wonderful.
so.
what are your mission parameters?
And we lay out the whole thing of having to travel and not be detected. And
All right. So you're traveling on foot.
yes,
So you got basically are any and I assume you guys are not you know look just looking at your faces. Okay. I assume you guys are not like long distance runners.
No.
Okay.
Not
So
long distance,
no.
no.
so just a
Debatable.
normal, speed. Okay. So I would recommend since it's a 25 kilometer, like what is that, like 20 miles something?
25
This
kilometers is
stupid kilometer business.
15 miles.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, okay? So you go there, you come back. So you're gonna need. Uh, do you have any resupply points along the way?
No.
No,
Okay. Are you
This
going
is
to
a
have any? I mean, are you going to have any resupply points along the way?
That we're aware of?
No.
I don't think so.
When you
Because
What
we're
is it, young
moving.
man? What are you trying to say?
I was wondering if you were thinking of like resupply points on the world or like in the French Pass.
No, I mean
No,
on the
he's talking
path
about
that
on
you're
the.
going to take to your destination. Some big crystal pyramid that you've got listed here on this information you just showed me. So
Right.
are
Yeah.
there
No, we don't. Will not have any resupply
you
points
okay?
on
So you're
our.
not going to do any kind of drops or anything like that, right?
Right.
No, we don't really have any.
Okay. Is there a particular reason why you're not going to do that?
Well,
Well, how would we do that?
Drones. You could take
hypothetically, we're
drones
on
with
another
supplies
planet.
and drop them, and that way you don't have to carry them on your person. Because otherwise, you're going to have to carry at least 30 pounds of water on you. Each.
Yeah.
That's like 5 gallons each. Well, I guess wait, it's a gallon of water is 6 pounds,
8 pounds.
6 to 8 pounds. So 16. Okay, not 30 pounds. So yeah. So well, but you're also going to be exerting yourself quite a bit because you're trying to move as fast as possible. So I tend to double that kind of thing. So out of shape people like you, I would assume about 30 pounds. So if you could create some kind of caches or supply points along your route, then you'd be able. Then you wouldn't have to carry that. You wouldn't have to carry bivouac supplies. You wouldn't have to carry food. You wouldn't have to carry water. All you'd have to carry is first aid and your weapons, and any other incidentals you choose to carry. So that would be my first recommendation is that unless you expect to have active resistance along the path that you're, even if you are going to have active resistance along the path, okay, it'd be better for them to take out drones than to take you out, and you'd know where, what path would be less dangerous.
Well, we would have drones. I just don't know if that would be I mean, there's no real way for the drones to carry that much material.
Viable.
Why not? Drones can carry quite a bit. You're only going 15 miles.
We should be able to do that in a day. We wouldn't need all that crap, would we?
You still need water. You
You need
still
a day
need
of
food.
supplies.
Okay, while you're traveling, you're going to be, according to what you say here, it's a hot environment, which means you're going to have to carry water.
Yeah, we'd each carry a gallon of water.
It, each way, at least. That's a minimum, but that's what you need minimum in a hot environment. You're going to be like moving as quickly as possible.
We could do a drone that could carry. We could have a couple of drones set up that we can control to fly us water, I guess. Yeah.
I think it'd be
All
better if
right.
you were to
So
drop them ahead of on your route before you leave, and then that
okay.
way when you get there, there's not a drone basically tracking enemies to you.
Uh-huh.
That's just me, man. It's and of
Okay, so we
course
need a bunch of drones.
extra weapon equipment, whatever you think you're going to need, you know you can do that. Okay, so um, okay, that's my first suggestion is that you do that. Secondly, is that you say there's an active threat, which is this eye in quotes.
Yes.
Okay, all right, but it's going to be a fair distance away from you. All right, now have you thought about maybe using some of these drones also to create a point of interest to distract it away from you? Does it
Yeah,
Yes.
have does it
we
have
did
real
think of using.
intelligence, or
Yeah.
is it just like is it just reactive?
Uh, we have figured out how to make it mad with the drones. It likes the direction. It likes the direction that the drone came from, which well means it will still lead it right towards us.
No, my point is that if you send it away from you, the
I think
drones, okay, and then maybe attract its attention once it's away from you, then this eye you know will go in that direction. Of course, if you keep it so it can't see it, keep it low to the ground or whatever, making maybe set off a loudspeaker or something to attract it. Okay, then it's going to be moving away from you, which is going to make it harder for it to detect you.
now that we did not try.
Hmm.
If since it's flying, it's not going to leave tracks in the ground for it to follow back on. And if you don't fly in a straight line away from you, it's not going to necessarily know its initial starting position, right? I mean, how far can you be up off the ground? Can this drone be up off the ground before it's detected?
Well, we got pretty far with it with this within this altitude range. We got all the way to the location without it being detected.
Well, how high was that?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but it
It was
was
500 feet.
was it 500? Okay.
Yeah.
It's higher than I thought it was.
Yeah. See.
We also had a balloon that went high and it wasn't attacked.
Yeah.
I
True.
can scare it.
But that's not going to help. That's not going to help you here.
The
Okay.
balloon
So
went completely
this thing,
bye-bye.
it doesn't. It could be high enough off the ground that it's not going to get attacked by any ground critters. Okay.
Right.
But it has to be low
Oh.
enough that it doesn't attract the attention of this eye until you want it to. Like if
Right.
for some reason it starts moving in a direction, that's when you send one of the things up and start making hey, and but
Mm-hmm.
not high enough that it can be targeted, but something tracked it. Okay, and then that way if it finds this more interesting than you guys, then it should move away and you can continue to move in the direction you want to move. I mean, you may lose a lot of drones, but better drones than you. You guys are Fringeworthy. You guys got billions of dollars, available to you guys. Man, I wish I had your
Mm.
budget. I got to live off my pension and you know and Social Security. Don't talk to me about investments. Not with those crazy politicians ruining the economy every time I turn around.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah, I used to say that 2000 to 2010 was the decade that sucked until 2010 to 2020 happened. and then and that sucked too. And then after that, it went to a bit of a decline.
So, okay, I've got some ideas.
All right, does that help? How do you guys feel about and if you run into something along the way, how are you planning? What's your current ideas about how to protect yourself from ground resistance?
Silencers and
Silencers?
Yeah, we think that it might not. It
Anything
might
else?
be finding us by sound, and that silencers would then help us not to be noticed. I was also thinking of lasers, but I don't know what kind of weapons IDET has as far as lasers go,
Okay.
because those aren't. They're not like completely science fictional, but I don't think lasers are quite there yet.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I may be wrong. You're a military person. What do you know about
we
he's
weapon
70
lasers?
years
we didn't
old.
use any lasers or science fiction weapons out in the field in my day. We tended to use things like grenade launchers and things like that. So um,
Hmm.
let's. Uh, I mean, you're not up against like killer robots or something, are you?
It's sort of a killer
Not this
robot.
time.
No, I'm not talking about the eye. I'm talking
It's
about anything else you might run into.
We're
they do
up
have
against
metal.
critters that have thick skin, and some critters have like saw blades attached to them.
Okay, but they're still alive, right?
Yes.
As far as we know, yes.
Do they breathe air?
As
As
far
Yes.
as
far
we
as
know,
we
yes.
know, yes.
Okay, so how do you feel about the use of weapons that are illegal on Earth, but maybe not illegal on the world that you're at,
Such
Like what?
as
like nerve gas?
Uh,
Hmm.
Oh my word.
didn't think
Aren't
about
there?
Well,
that.
Isn't that sort
at
of
the least,
also dangerous to handle though?
hey, it's your
Not if you
life.
handle it right.
Yes.
Isn't
If we're in environmental suits, we can't breathe it in.
so? But I mean, at the very least, you might give like capstan and um, other types of irritant type gases a try. Maybe on the local wildlife before you go, just to see how well they react or don't react. I mean, if something might come towards you and decide it's not worth the effort to kind of come after you. I mean,
Yeah, tear gas might actually work. Bear
Yeah,
spray might.
it doesn't have to be like nerve gas
yeah.
specifically.
I mean, what? How
Gas
about
could.
I mean, how about flamethrowers? Is that at all? That's not a very good solution because you got to carry the weight of the mixture. But I'm saying is that it's not terribly noisy.
hmm.
Hmm.
Acid throwers, maybe.
Yeah, you get yourself some
Flamethrowers,
high. I
acid.
mean, we never had that was never practical for us, but I mean, you get yourself some high molar acids that you can hurl or
Mhm.
squirt, maybe a sprayer. That might make all the difference, especially things that you say are made out of rock. Isn't there some acids that are really good against rock?
Yeah,
So I'm saying these would be considered to be illegal weapons,
Hmm.
on the field
Mhm.
of battle against humans. Okay, but you're not dealing with that, right?
All right.
No.
Right.
So you're kind of in a gray area that is kind of like if they I won't tell if you don't.
so what?
Although there is the issue of running against the other group of humans on the way to our goal, and having them say, "You got some interesting stuff. Let's take it."
Oh, stop.
Well, that's where those silenced weapons come into effect, don't they?
Yep.
Yep.
Humans.
We really don't want to
humans-
kill the remnants.
Want to bet? To some degree.
I'm not. That's not actually in your briefing here, so I don't really know about these remnants that you're talking about.
Oh, they're the alien. The aliens that also live on the planet and
Okay.
have the humans as
You
their
expect
slaves.
to run into you expect to run into these remnants on the way to your big crystal.
Nope.
Not on our way to the crystal, but on the world when getting to the place where before we go there.
Well, if we choose violence. We may choose violence. Who knows?
We might. I mean, that's always a possibility.
So never,
Well,
never
I'm just
say never.
you
there,
asked
Kit.
you asked for a
Okay,
military
Mark.
expert. I'm going to give you a military answer. Okay. I'm saying is
Hmm.
as long as you're not worried about the Geneva Convention, there's a lot of choices: mustard gas,
Oh, there's no Geneva
chlorine
Convention on that
gas,
world.
all kinds of stuff that you could theoretically
Who
use. And it's quiet, you know, doesn't attract a lot of. I mean, unless of course these things go through some really loud death rows or something, and I don't know if that's going to affect, cause a herd response or something like that. And that's a joke, by the way, you know,
Hmm.
herd, herd, and
Yes, heard.
Yeah.
Heard.
yeah, okay, all right.
Yes.
Ooh.
Hey,
Ooh.
it's like 1 o'clock in the morning here. Okay, I'm trying to stay awake. So,
But tis.
yeah, hey, all right. And like you say, don't be a bunch of pussies. You don't have to bring a tent with you.
Right.
Okay, just take the. I mean, I suggest you have caches, but if you don't, just take the minimum you think you need, and if you come back, dry it out like a prune, that's your business. Okay, I mean, if you complete the mission, that's what's important, right? Completing
Right.
the mission.
Mm.
Okay, so
That's so.
right. I mean, you don't have to bring stretchers because you're not bringing anybody back if they get hurt, right? So
Fair enough. That's true.
Well, if they're seen by the eye, no one's They're not coming back.
Well,
In
all
any
the more
form.
reason
Ooh.
to maybe do some of the stuff I suggested. Anyways, is there anything else I can help you with? I think I've kind of I think those are my best ideas, at least all I can think of. If I think of anything else, I'll be glad to send you a message, but I'm going to have to sleep on it.
I
All right.
believe that's
I
it.
think that's very helpful. Thank you
Yeah.
for your help.
All right.
And
All right.
you've given us some things to think about.
Yeah. Just remember, you're IDET. You're not a bunch of pussies. That's not that. I don't know why that's not their motto.
We're not a bunch of pussies. Probably
See
because
First time I've heard
and
that
he,
phrase.
and he clicks off, and you
Okay.
get him, and you basically get a message. By the way, I'll be billing IDA for this this online
That's fine.
conference.
It's not my
I
money.
think they should put him on retainer anyway.
He kind of is. He's they keep track of people who are fringeworthy just in case they might need somebody
Sure.
to do something that isn't an explorer, dangerous. After what happened with the fringe pirates, there definitely is an all hands on deck code kind of thing. So
Mm.
yeah, everybody.
Mm.
He's part of the IDA reserves. Okay, so if it came down to it that they need every
Goddamn
warm body on the
reservists.
fringe paths they can get their hands on, theoretically he could show up and do something. But he looked, he didn't look like he was going to be somebody who was going to be like taking Iwo Jima. At least not anymore.
Mhm.
at one
Just
time,
like
at
Iwo
one time, he
Jima.
probably would have done the job, maybe by himself.
Right.
Hey,
So I will requisition a bunch of drones that can carry up to, I guess, as much poundage as we can get.
Well, you want something that has that range and
Right. And can carry water, essentially enough water. 8 to 16 pounds, I guess, because we want water. And
mhm.
well, that's
Yep.
per
Or-
person. So how many people? Says
well, if
here,
we can get one that can carry 16 pounds, then we can take 2 gallons a trip.
yeah, the Dragonfly heavy lift drone can carry 60 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
How big is that? Ow.
Probably a big ass room.
It's a big ass drone. That there's a big ass drone.
You going to be walking the whole way?
Is that really how I sounded there?
Also gonna requisition some CS gas, bear spray, and stuff like that.
How much
Was-
cargo are you going to be carrying with you?
Don't
What?
know.
500 pounds?
At minimum, at least 50.
yeah, there's this thing called the DJI Flycart 30. It can carry 50 pounds. Has a maximum range of 16 kilometers.
Okay.
And so that's it's basically it's a lift and go kind of thing. So it's designed to meet diverse delivery needs. So let's see here. Not that it matters, but I thought I'd just go ahead and price for. Okay, that costs approximately $21,000.
Wow.
Oh,
But you can get them as low as $14,000. But that's
cool.
not a complete bundle. So, anyways, mostly the cost is in the batteries, as you'd expect. So, anyway.
Well, we need at least one of those that can carry some weight, and then we
Right,
need some
that'll
other
carry
ones
50
as well.
pounds. So you can carry 50 pounds of water, 50 pounds of food, 50 pounds of ammo, whatever you decide you need, and it can
Okay.
carry it almost up to your destination.
All right. Well, we need one of those. We need some other drones that have range, so we can use it as the scouting and distracting drones.
Distraction.
All right.
Okay.
What else do we need?
If we intend to make noises with the drones, we could always we could get a few speakers. That's
Well,
and
we
that-
can we can mount a drone on a speaker on a drone and have it play like Rolling Stones. I mean, that should drive it crazy. So
Well-
have it play Highway to Hell.
If we're moving above ground, we could always have a small drone with us at all times.
well, yeah, we're gonna have one scouting ahead for us too.
Well, no, I mean one that is moving with us.
You mean
Now,
to
on
as
the
a
ground.
noisy,
distraction,
guys.
or as a carrier to carry stuff?
As a
or-
carrier to carry stuff. And if it's electric, battery operated, then it's possible it would not be that loud.
Blades are pretty. Helicopter blades are pretty loud.
No, I'm talking on the ground. A
Oh,
wheeled one.
You're going over some really rough ground. So you're going to need something that literally can climb. Like
Mm.
those ones you see from Boston Dynamics that can literally climb blocks.
Yeah, the walking one, the dogs.
Mhm.
Oh, the creepy ones.
Yeah.
I find
You're
them
gonna
creepy.
need a bug. You're gonna need a bug ATV.
Not that again.
You and your
Su-
goddamn bugs.
Not that
Susan
again.
said they were. Susan thought they were a great vehicle.
Of course she did. Didn't she also end one up in a ditch?
Yeah, she
No?
crashed one and almost died.
I thought they were great since I invented them.
Thought they
Bugs?
sounded cool.
Yeah, the spider kind of ones that
Oh no, he was talking about the little
The little
the
One
old
with the
Fringeworthy
beetle
electric
cars,
cart
whatever
that
it
one
is.
person can sit in.
Oh, that.
Yeah, the
You
one
mean the
that
one
ended
that's
up in a
powered by the
ditch.
fringe paths itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, you guys, it's 9:55. I think you guys
Yeah.
should work it out. Figure out. You can have more than one of these things. By the way, I'm just saying is that remember that when you send them out, some of them only have it. It does recommend that if you want anything that can go like 50 miles, you probably should look for something that has wings. They can still
Yeah.
stay low to the ground, but wings are much more efficient, energy wise and quiet wise, than helicopter blades.
Right.
So
Helicopter.
Okay, so
wake up, Ken.
This camera on? Because I have his.
yeah.
At least on my end, I have his camera disabled. Ah, there we go. I usually have his camera disabled on my end because he's usually freezing half the time.
It's okay.
I haven't.
got a
The
mosquito
camera
in
hasn't
here.
froze.
All right.
Well, during this session today.
No, it's been amazingly good, and you're actually even visible instead of like being like
Phased out of the
like the meme where the guy's only got like just a little bit of his face above water, but he's actually sitting on the ground underneath. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So yeah, work out what you want, guys. I mean, no one's telling you can't have more than one drone. No one's telling you what pieces of equipment you can have. Just go ahead and drones are are fine. I mean, look what our military is using spending in drones. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's true.
IDET, relatively speaking, to the few people that are actually out there exploring worlds, has a lot of money available. So don't worry about the price of these things. Just try to factor in what is a reasonable performance, is what I'm trying to say. So and get your plan of action. I mean, we know that there's probably going to be some things that don't work out. Okay, that's the way it is. That's the way RPGs are. Okay, but you can make a good plan with good contingencies, and who knows? I think you do have to think about like what once you get to the pyramid, what are you going to do when you get there? It'd be a real shame if you got there and you couldn't do anything once you got there.
It partly depends on what's there, but we want to at least have ways of getting things back. Maybe ways of like chopping things, out of rubble or digging them out.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that maybe you want to make sure you have an orange crystal or something like that, just in case you need that to get in.
That's a good point.
We need ET.
I don't want you to get all the way there and suddenly go, oh man.
Oh shit, we left the keys.
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly it. We left the keys in the other car.
Right.
I brought the flashlight, but no batteries. Oh.
Shit.
Why didn't
I hate when
why
that
didn't I turn it
happens.
on at least once before we got here?
Oh my golly.
Yeah. So
Great Google Moogle.
All right. So do you guys need me to help you work it out? or can you do this yourselves?
I mean, I guess we can do it ourselves.
Okay, just pick somebody who's going to write down the stuff you're going to bring, and then start going through all the things that you're going to do, your tactics, and make sure you have all your equipment. And then next session we can just start off with your overland jaunt, because apparently that's the way you're going to go this instead.